general thesis is the market's going to be squeezier than people expect. So I think we probably get to 50,000 faster than most people expect. When that is it this year? Is it within 12 months? Probably, don't know. And over time, we just keep the adoption curve and it keeps going. Where does it go at the peak of this cycle? I don't know. Again, I don't want to be hung by dicks online for all of this, but over time, does it take it 100,000? Does it take it 250,000? Of course it does. It's just a matter of when. And the timing part is the red herring. If you've got a long enough time horizon and the trend rate of adoption and the rise in the price of the asset over time beats all other assets, you're under no motivation to do anything else but hold.
When we talk about the price of XRP, I can confirm this, that the International Monetary Fund has already agreed on a price before all this integration started to happen. So this was a few years ago. They agreed upon a price, and I got a lot of information from Linda P. Jones has a friend who worked at the Central Bank of Australia, and she said that they agreed upon a price, and it's in the thousands. XRP is a financial instrument to serve the global economy. When you start to take all these things into account, and again, like David Schwartz said, the price has to be very high. So the higher the price is, the more liquid the asset is, right? We all know this. When you start to look at all these other things on the financial side, then it makes even more sense. Again, understanding the financial side makes more sense to see and understand why the price of XRP would be so high, and it would have to be high.
Most important issue about XRP, and that is there is a difference, okay? There's a difference between the way in which an asset is distributed and the nature of the asset at a given moment in time. And I think the issue in Ripple that gets lost in all of the discussion is whatever happened in the original distribution of XRP tokens, 10 years ago, and whether that was or wasn't an unregistered securities offering, that's what the courts will decide. That's a different question from whether XRP today is a security. And the SEC itself has said that assets can change their nature over time as they achieve utility and as they achieve decentralization. So if I had to make a prediction, I'll just make a quick prediction, and that is that there is a settlement to be done here somewhere. And the settlement has to do with the distribution of the tokens so that existing token holders can continue to trade them and find value in them the way that...
I think Ripple, back to your question, I had a dot on the I. There's a lot of hatred out there for that XRP, and I don't even know why. But regardless of personalities, the principles of what that system does, there's no one close to it. Let's think about that. And if you're in the digital world and you're going to transfer wealth around and you want it to be verifiable on a ledger that's immutable and accurate for all parties, it can't be beat.
What's up, guys? Today is yet another day for the XRP Army. We are at the precipice when it comes to the next phase of the financial world, and that is XRP. This token is well on its way to becoming the largest crypto, and also the bridge between crypto and fiat. But before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's roll that intro. As always, welcome to Moneyside, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you get updates when we drop new videos. Don't forget to smash that like button, and you can always leave a comment or a question or a prediction in the section below. Have you guys noticed that XRP is surging up on a 5-month high? Yep, that's right. It sort of seems that the world just discovered that this coin's bull run is on its way up, and it's about to go down. Here's what John Deaton has to say about the current state of the SEC versus Ripple case.
I was shocked, Kathy, when I read the SEC. I was actually proven wrong. They proved me wrong about something in this case. Before the summary judgment motion was filed, I told the XRP world and the XRP community, stand by, because I predict the XRP might have some evidence against Brad and Chris and Ripple that are not public yet. And it might be a couple bad days for Ripple, publicly, kind of optically. And when I read the summary judgment, there was nothing there. It was just that, hey, they talked about, how they want to promote the XRP ecosystem and how they want to get XRP increased in value and things like that, and how XRP is going to be successful in the future. Everything that a Bitcoin person says, everything that Ethereum person says, everything that Charles Hoskinson from Cardano says about their platform, nothing there that was unique. And as you know, there's no fraud in this case. There's not one allegation of fraud. So this is a pretty straightforward case, and I've become more and more, I try to stay, not too optimistic so I can give people more objective advice, but I just don't see how the SEC wins this case at this point. I really do. I'm going to go on a limb and predict a victory for Ripple and XRP holders.
I think the world has now opened their eyes, and it's become a battle for the gold rush, in this case for XRP. If you don't jump onto the wagon, and this time you might miss out on one of the biggest surges of our lifetime. Yep, I said it. Everyone thinks that Bitcoin is going to skyrocket, but I'm more worried on the fact that it could not happen, or it might not be sustainable. The reason? Well, we all know that Bitcoin has no real value except the fact that it was the pioneer coin. It uses the old proof of work, the POW, and consumes a lot of energy to mine. And that's just the beginning. Unfortunately, from a Bitcoin fans, this coin is going to go nowhere, and I might get some hate for that, but let's be honest with each other at this point. Here's another interesting fact. Apparently, trading volumes for XRP spiked to billions of dollars on 3 of Korea's top exchanges by volume on the back of the token's 26% rise in the past week. The interest comes amid speculation that XRP might be classified as a commodity by the US CFTC. That was after CoinDesk tweeted, XRP tokens surged to a 5-month high, bucking a market-wide decline. When you look at efficiency and moving capital around the globe with our banking system, that's a very, very important aspect of the settlement side of things.
And you also actually seen a pop with XRP, right? Which is another interesting component of this whole conversation, because when you look at efficiency and moving capital around the globe with our banking system, that's a very, very important aspect of the settlement side of things. And what's happening there is a lot of interesting insights as far as contracts, partnerships that have already laid the groundwork, that's playing nicely with regulators. And I think that's the other side of this conversation that we haven't had yet.
Yeah, I was actually just going to ask you about XRP, which just surged to a 5-month high, even amidst all this turmoil. But isn't that possibly just about the potential coming resolution to the SEC XRP case, which has been brewing for a while? And I mean, that's how I read that surge.
Yeah, I think that's one piece of it, but for whatever reason, I like to unpack a little more of the conversation. And here's the other part. Rather they win or they lose, it doesn't matter, to be honest with you. They still have those long-term institutional partnerships in which they will still be able to move value across the internet. And in my personal opinion about this, and the way I think about this is, if they are made an example of, it's still not a bad thing, right? The world is stage. Let's kind of quote Shakespeare and thinking about that. It's all right. Rather they win or rather they lose, they're still going to be able to play a pivotal role representing Bank of America and several other large institutions in moving capital around the world, providing liquidity to both those small and regional financial institutions. I think that's what we're seeing on the back end.
All things considered, XRP will still be a big influence in the financial world, and that's what we need to pay attention to. More importantly, if you are a long-term investor into the coin, you should be more concerned about what happens to the coin, whether we win or lose. Now, what do I mean? If XRP gets to win, despite the verdict passed in court, then that means this is a worthwhile investment choice. And if it ends up being a major player in cross-border payments, I'm sure you'll be smiling all the way to the bank. As always, do your own research and always trade safely. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed when we drop new video. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.